Good day everyone, I am Shelah Mae Emnace and I am one of your reporters for today about the topic Curriculum Development Processes and Models. Curriculum is a dynamic process. It is because in curriculum development, there are always changes that are intended for improvement. To do this, there are models presented to us from well-known curricularists such as Ralph Tyler, Hilda Taba, Galen Saylor, and William Alexander, which we will tackle in this lesson. But before that, let us start with and define first the curriculum development process. It is a dynamic process involving many different people and procedures. To produce positive changes, development should be purposeful, planned, and progressive. Furthermore, curriculum development process is usually linear and it follows a step-by-step fashion involving the following phases, which are curriculum planning, curriculum designing, curriculum implementing, and curriculum evaluating. Let's have the first one, which is the curriculum planning. It considers the school vision, mission, and goals. It also includes the philosophy and strong education belief of the school. All of this will eventually be translated to classroom desired learning outcomes for the learners. So that is the first step of our curriculum making process. The second one is the curriculum designing. It is the way the curriculum is conceptualized to include the selection and organization of the content and learning experiences, and also the selection of the assessment procedure and tools to measure the achieved learning outcomes. Included also in this process are the resources to be utilized and the statement of the intended learning outcome. Thirdly, curriculum implementing is putting into action all the plan which is based in the curriculum design in the classroom setting or the learning environment. Kung baga, it is the action of the curriculum design natin, having the teachers as the facilitator together with the learners where learning becomes an active process. Now, curriculum evaluating is where we will find out if the implemented curriculum was a success, determining the extent to which the desired outcomes have been achieved. This procedure is ongoing as in finding out the progress of the learning, formative or mastery of learning, or summative. The result of evaluation is very important for decision making of the curriculum planners and implementers because it can pinpoint kung aling areas of curriculum ang dapat i-modify and apply corrective measures. These curriculum development processes are made through by our teachers. They are the ones who plans, designs, implements, and evaluate the curriculum. Now let's move on to the curriculum development process models. We have Ralph Tyler model, or the 4 basic principles, Hilda Taba model, the grassroots approach, and Galen Saylor and William Alexander curriculum model. Let's have first Ralph Tyler's 4 basic principles, also known as Tyler's rationale. This curriculum development emphasizes the planning phase. He posited 4 fundamental principles answerable by the following questions. First, what education purposes should schools seek to attain? Second, what educational experiences can be provided that are likely to attain these purposes? Third, how can these educational experiences be effectively organized? And the last one is, how can we determine whether these purposes are being attained or not? You will notice that in these questions, illustrated are the 4 phases of curriculum development process. In Tyler's 4 basic principles, during the curriculum development, the following considerations should be made. First consideration, the purpose of the school. Second, educational experiences related to the purpose. Third, the organization of the experiences. And fourth, the evaluation of the experience. In this model, the role of school in curriculum development process was emphasized. The second model is the grassroots approach of Hilda Taba. In this approach, she improved Tyler's model because she believed that teachers should participate in developing a curriculum. As a grassroots approach, Taba begins from the bottom rather than from the top as what Tyler proposed. In this linear model, she presented 6 major steps, which are the following. First, diagnosis of the learner's needs and expectation of the larger society. Second, the formulation of learning objectives. Third, the selection of learning contents. Fourth, organization of learning contents. Fifth, selection of learning experiences. And the last one is the determination of what to evaluate and the means of doing it. In this model, the role of teacher as the curriculum developer was highlighted. The last one is the curriculum model proposed by Galen Saylor and William Alexander. They view the curriculum as a plan for providing sets of learning opportunities to achieve broad educational goals and related specific objectives for an identifiable population served by a single school center. Moreover, they viewed curriculum development as consisting of 4 steps. First step is the goals, objectives, and domains. Second, curriculum designing. Third, curriculum implementation. And the fourth one is the evaluation. Goals, objective, and domains. In this model, curriculum planners begin by specifying the major educational goals and specific objectives they wish to accomplish. Each major goals represents a curriculum domain: the personal development, human relations, continued learning skills, and specialization. The goals, objectives, and domains are chosen based on the research findings, accreditation standards, and views of the different stakeholders. The second step is curriculum designing. It follows after the appropriate learning opportunities are determined and how each opportunity is provided. There are some questions that needs to be answered at this stage of development process, like, will the curriculum be designed along the lines of academic disciplines, or according to the students' needs and interest, or along themes? The third step is the curriculum implementation. This is where the designed curriculum is now ready for implementation. Teachers prepare instructional plans with specific instructional objectives alongside with the appropriate teaching methods and strategies being utilized to achieve the desired learning outcomes among the students. The fourth and the last step is the evaluation. Through this process, planners and developers can determine whether or not the goals of the schools and the objective of the instructions have been met. In curriculum evaluation, it should of course involve the total educational program of the school and the curriculum plan, the effectiveness of instruction, and the achievements of the students. Of all the presented models, it is noticeable that all of them utilize the process of curriculum planning, curriculum designing, curriculum implementing, and curriculum evaluating. These processes and models are the guides that we use in present in developing a curriculum intended for desired learning outcomes. As a response to the Take Action activity, I compared and contrasted the curriculum development process models using a table. How are the models similar? Starting from Tyler and Taba had the same model improved. In their models, the diagnosis of the academic disciplines and students' needs and interests are significant considerations in curriculum designing. Tyler, Saylor, and Alexander, on the other hand, both emphasizes the planning phase of the curriculum development process. In curriculum designing, they both posited the consideration of learning experiences and learning opportunities. Lastly, Taba, Saylor, and Alexander both presented their models as steps with curriculum planners that consider the views of the stakeholders or the expectation of the society in planning a curriculum. How are the models different? Starting again from Tyler and Taba, Tyler's model exhibited the top approach, highlighting the role of school in curriculum development, whereas Taba started from the bottom, focusing on the role of the teachers in developing one. In Tyler, Saylor, and Alexander's models, I noticed that Saylor and Alexander's model was presented in steps, while Tyler's in a question and answer form. Moreover, Saylor and Alexander's curriculum planning focuses on the planner's purpose, whereas Tyler's curriculum planning focuses on the school's purpose. In contrasting Taba, Saylor, and Alexander's model, I noticed that in terms of curriculum designing, Taba's model includes selection and organization of content, while the other curriculum is being designed after questions have been answered. Following is their evaluations. Taba's curriculum evaluation determines what and how to evaluate, whereas Saylor and Alexander's evaluation determines if the goals and the objectives have been met. To end, every models utilize the process of curriculum planning, curriculum designing, curriculum implementing, and curriculum evaluating. Along with this lesson are activities you will have to work on. First, we have our self-check. Describe the model of curriculum development which you understood best. Secondly, we have to reflect what pace of the curriculum process we find very important as a teacher. That would be all. I hope you learned something from this lesson which we may apply in the future as aspiring educators. Once again, I am Shelah Mae Emnace. Thank you and God bless.